listening on YouTube, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button and make sure that you share this video. I'm going to start with this one saying, man, we probably been talking about R. Kelly for a few. We got a couple stories on him, but we got to start with this one, man, with Charlamagne the God. It appears that old tweets now are beginning to surface from a whole bunch of people. This time, Charlamagne the God seems to be the subject of scrutiny. Now, I'm going to just put these on the screen, Sam, man. I want to get your thoughts on these tweets here, as y'all see, from Charlamagne the God from November 28th, 2010. It says, R. Kelly looks 20-something. The fountain of youth clearly can be found within teenage vagina. R. Kelly is thinking Barack's daughter can get it. Furthermore, R. Kelly had the best celebrity sex tape of all time. Now, just before I let you go, Sam, man, there's been a lot of people, who've been very vocal about Charlamagne over the past few days, but even over the past few months with the scandal coming out about him and his past, which we already, covered that to nauseum. But now the R. Kelly docuseries has came out. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork. Tweets are coming out, and people are being put on blast. Sam, man, you didn't see these tweets. This is fresh. I'm reading this to you in front of everybody. Yeah. What do you think about these old tweets coming out now about 9 years ago from Charlamagne the God? What are your thoughts, man?
Let me first start by saying that everyone's allowed to grow. These were from 2010. We seen Kevin Hart go through this situation when it came to the homophobic tweets. We were all out there supporting Kevin Hart, saying that people are allowed to grow. This is miscontext, this, that, and the third. This is very, very different. This is very, very different. And although it is old, and although Charlamagne may have grown, you can obviously see now why so many suspicions, why so much animosity comes out when situations come out the woodworks, especially when it comes to Charlamagne the God and women. These were some of the most off-colored and ridiculous tweets you could ever imagine. The fact that you fixed your fucking fingers up to your phone, I don't care how real you think you are, how real you thought you were at the time, to say these kind of things, not only about R. Kelly, the greatest sex tape alive, you put that out there knowing that girl was underage. That was wrong. That's whack. Allegedly he was in it, allegedly he wasn't. We all know it was him. And you say that was wrong. You say that about Barack Obama's daughter, somebody that you hold in high regard. You hold in high regard, Charlamagne, and you do this. That's just fucked up, not acceptable. And you can see why he gets the criticism that he gets. Now, that being said, we've gotten a lot of criticism for taking his side in that whole situation a couple months ago. But we also said right here on this podcast, if he does something wrong, we have no problem checking him, because Charlamagne the God does not pay the Uncensored Truth podcast. The Uncensored Truth podcast pays the Uncensored Truth podcast. So wrong is wrong and right is right, always has been on this platform. And this was wrong, man.
So what do you see, I agree. I definitely agree, with everything you said. It kind of makes me honestly look at everything different than the way I look at some of these guys now, just to see stuff like this, and then the allegations coming out, with the lady, I think her name was Reed, so I forget the first name, but it's crazy. It's crazy. And when I heard, because I was kind of just hearing, in passing, and the first thing that I heard was the joke about the sex tape, and I'm like, okay, I'm just like, okay, he was just, even though that's messed up. He should have never said that. Even with the Fabulous thing that came out, it's just like, what are these guys thinking to say stuff like this? And it almost makes you think, like, I hope that, these guys, are not really on this type of stuff to say stuff like that, man.
Man, well, we're going to get into R. Kelly and
everybody ain't a comedian, but go ahead.
Nah, exactly.
Right.
And it makes people beg the question, okay, we heard what you said in the book as far as your cousin and the whole situation and how it came out with the young lady and now alleged rape against you. And like you said, we were outspoken about the situation. We went into our 1-2 about it, but it makes you beg the question, like, damn, Charlamagne, if it's so easy for you to say this, how easy would it be for you to turn a blind eye to a situation that you may possibly see, where a girl may be in a party and she might not be of age, and you might have heard a whisper and you might have turned your back? Does that not make you just as wrong? Because this happened time and time again throughout the industry. And this is what's really pissing me off, because it's like, oh, we're going to get into that more deeper into the next segment.
Yeah, no doubt.
But it's like, Charlamagne, bruh, on the top of your game, all of this going on for you. It's like, even if you don't feel this way about this now, why don't you even come out and say, yo, this is where I was now. I'll never be this way again. I was disgusting. Or delete the fucking tweets. You keep them up and you do millions of them. Like, what, people really that damn dumb? I can't believe
And,
it.
and I'm hearing that he was in the R. Kelly docuseries.
I didn't see it,
you know, as well.
Too.
Yeah. I think my girls, you know, she seen some of, she kind of telling me some of the things that were going on. Do you see any further backlash, you know, coming down on Charlamagne and God? You know, there's a lot of people that's after him in the media and want him to be held accountable for alleged things that he's done in the past. If it's documentaries and things out there, do you see any type of anything coming down on Charlamagne? Should he address this? I think that he definitely should address this. This is crazy because, again, I saw the one tweet and I kind of like, but I didn't know that it was like the one about Barack Obama and then a teenage, you know. I'm like, whoa, dude, like, yo, I don't know. You're going to have to explain this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I agree with you. This has to be addressed. I don't know if it was addressed on the Breakfast Club today, because I know they did their commentary on the whole situation from the weekend with the docuseries. Okay. I didn't listen to it yet, so I really don't know.
I doubt it. But
I doubt it too. Yeah. Not yet.
Right.
But this needs to be addressed. Mm-hmm. You got, and I don't know what needs to be said, but you need to come out and say something now, especially as a father of daughters. And you wouldn't want anybody to disrespect them, nor should they. No father does. So when you say off-color things like that, like I couldn't. It's just that.
Any excuses for that? Any age? Because you know, no excuses for that, right?
That's corny.
Is the brother sick?
You can make that argument. Can't be mad if somebody didn't say that. I mean, because. And who's the judge on who's sick and who's not? That's a psychiatrist to assume, right? But like I said, you cannot be mad now. You can understand why people give him the criticism, or if things like a situation where the young lady came out and accused him of rape, why it so fastly gets turned into fire because of things like this. Now, people don't forget. We may not have seen these tweets in 2010, but somebody seen these tweets in 2010 and they remembered them. And they remembered them, and they remembered them, and they put a paper trail to Charlamagne the God, and then something comes out that may not necessarily be true, and you're automatically guilty, and you can't be mad at them when you say shit like this.
Yeah, and it's gonna, you know, it's a touchy subject, and people have always, you know, criticized us for kind of taking these controversial subjects by the horn and being as even killed as possible. But this one is bad. This is one of the, you know, when, you know, in the light of what's going on right now, it's bad anytime, but in the light of what's going on, the allegations, this is horrific.
And unlike other platforms that you may say out here, YouTube, and this is very real, we have no problem bringing anybody on this platform to have a place to have and talk about anything. Because if we had Charlamagne the God here, we're going to talk about, it's going to be a great conversation. But you can bet your damn dollar this conversation and this question will be asked to him, and he would have to answer that on this podcast.
Right.
We have to give that to the people the right way. So we're not just going to spew it and not give somebody open platform to be able to rebuttal anything we say about you.
Absolutely. You know, the seat is definitely open, and we will keep you updated as we always do if there's any more developments in this. But you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Oh God and Sandman. If you're listening to this on YouTube, you already know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button right there on the screen and share this video. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Say, man, I want to tell you about this one. R. Kelly's manager, man, has been accused of threatening parents of the sex cult girl, and a police report has been filed. So let me just go through this story real quick. You know, it's a lot of R. Kelly stuff going on in the media. So R. Kelly's manager has been accused of threatening the parents of the alleged victim, Jocelyn Savage, over her participation in Lifetime surviving R. Kelly. And now they're saying, according to the blast, that the police are involved. Now, the police report goes on, you know, to say that Timothy Savage called the police to his Georgia residence on January the 3rd, just before 6 a.m. And he claimed that he was receiving threats by a man that goes by the name of Don Russell, who is R. Kelly's manager. Now, Jocelyn is one of the women, obviously, you know, that was in the sex cult, allegedly, of R. Kelly. Timothy told police that he and his wife were involved in a Lifetime documentary, and that Russell began texting the morning of the premiere that it will be best for him and his family if the documentary does not air. They're taking this, you know, pretty much as a threat, and the police are now being involved. The blast reports in this story, a whole bunch of stuff going on. Also, it's been reported that R. Kelly is also going to be doing a internet website where he's going to be exposing each and every one of the victims. Sam, man, what do you think about official police report being filed? And we have a video too that I'll play in a second.
Sloppy. It's a very sloppy situation, right, on all ends. Now, we talked about Jocelyn Savage and her father and that situation months ago when we first heard that situation go down.
Right.
And There were a lot of holes in Timothy Savage's story then. There's holes in his story now. He loves the media. He loves being in front of the camera. He loves talking.
Damn.
Anybody who loves doing that, you got to question and suspect. When it comes to serious issues like that, like you said, we're going to get into a conversation when it comes to R. Kelly, what Master P said, but why didn't you bust this motherfucker to the white meat before you went to the authorities and told him what was going on, if anything real was going on? Why are there holes in your story from your daughter that said you set up the meeting with R. Kelly himself?